Blessing is dead. Grandma, Grace Blessing is dead. Blessing is dead.
How in the world could you look like that? What happened to you? Words are used, monster.
Hidden in this deformity is this really special kid.
Every human being has a story. And we intersect with that story at some of the most traumatic times in people's lives.
They did an x-ray and they found a tumor. It was benign, but it was about the size of a hockey puck. And they said it ate away my vertebrae.
Boom, the first backbone burst.
I see people oftentimes at the worst time in their life, and I'm helping them come out of that.
I'm fighting to be a cancer-free man.
I don't know how many years, how many months, days.
If the tumor would be allowed to grow, it would eventually kill him.
Just want to live.
These are stories of real people. These are stories of the Sharp experience.
Blessing, out of his curiosity, picked up a detonator and unfortunately exploded in his face.
His young sister ran out crying, saying, Blessing is dead. Grandma, Grace Blessing is dead. Blessing is dead.
Immediately after the explosion, I think I singing for just a few seconds, for a few minutes. Then I saw my sister running out of the room. Then I knew that something big had happened.
I've got a lot of faith. I'm not going to lose faith.
With his situation, there's been a lot of ridicule. Words are used, monster, and things that aren't kind. Doing the surgery in Zimbabwe would never have been an option. We will head down to Sharp, and they're going to be able to examine him and give us a better idea of what the surgery is going to look like.
This is Dr. Berger, Blessing.
Welcome.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Click fingers.
I like it.
He says he feels like it's just a dream. Things are just happening, and he doesn't want to wake up from the dream.
His jaw is being held together, they say, by like a piano wire.
See, in here, Blessing, is where you're missing the bone. See, from here to there. So what we need to do is we need to rebuild your jawbone. Because right now, there's nothing here. Okay, and the bone we're going to use from that is bone we're going to take from your leg. The bone that we're harvesting is the fibula, and then we make cuts in it so that we're able to bend that bone and it reconstructs this whole thing, and it fits exactly. You need the foundation, and then on top of the foundation goes everything else. We put in these little titanium artificial tooth roots, and then once those heal to the bone, presto. We're going to take a special 3D x-ray, and then we actually virtually do his surgery.
Okay, and then which fibula would you like to use for reconstruction?
Did you want right or left?
Which foot do you take the soccer ball with? Which one, right? Okay, we'll take the left.
Left. Just doing this on the table, it would take us hours to figure out the cuts and the measurements. So by doing this virtually like this, it saves a huge amount of operating room time.
I'm so happy for him that he will have a face that matches the person inside. He's so charismatic and intelligent, and it will just be great that people will see that first and not his accident. It's a new beginning. They're texting his dad to let him know that he's going into surgery.
And I was actually talking to his father, and he said, oh, I can't hold my tears. They're just coming out,
Do you want to listen to your heart? Okay. It's in there, trust me.
I could have searched the world over, and this is where we needed to be.
A girl from Zimbabwe who he wasn't able to say goodbye to, and so he's been kind of upset, and we were able to find her number, and he could call right before his surgery, so
Now he's kind of blushing.
So let me pray for you. God, I thank you for blessing. I thank you for this amazing journey that you have placed him on. Now we pray that all of the doctors and nurses would have your wisdom and your guidance.
He's got his whole life ahead of him. And not to be able to really do things that we take for granted, such as eating and swallowing and the normal functions, and to have that opportunity to give back that's what this is all about. We can change somebody's life. We're going to make our first cut here, and this is the segment that we're going to end up pulling out. The bone in the leg, the fibula, has been removed. We'll be cutting like this, like this, like this. You can sort of see now that looks like the projection of the jaw.
He's going to hook this up to vessels in the neck, so this becomes a live bone graft. Dr. Chow, here's your vein.
Dr. Berger, I love you. The next move is for me then to bring blood supply. There is a time constraint because we only have so much time to get the bone revascularized.
You know, you always keep your fingers crossed because when you've had scar tissue and an injury there before, you don't know if it's all going to work out fine.
It's no longer a fibula or a leg bone, it is now a jawbone. And it is alive and it is being perfused with blood.
Yeah, that chin is really not, it really has nice projection now.
Hey buddy, we're done.
You did great. Good man.
Looks pretty good, doesn't he?
We are all here before you. These are tears of joy.
He looks fabulous. He looks great. I wasn't expecting such a change.
All right. Almost. There you go. That's my buddy. You did it.
Our emotions are expressed in our face. Even with his deformity, he had this inner something about him.
He feels like it's just a dream.
Blessing is dead, the blessing is dead.
Words are used, monster.
I'm not going to lose faith.
So let me pray for you. God, I thank you for blessing. I thank you for this amazing journey that you have placed him on. He has come a very long way.
The opportunity to see him transform and watching this has been really a blessing for us.
Gosh, your chin looks so good. Oh my gosh, it just turned out so good, didn't it? I mean, it really does, blessing. Little by little. Little by little.
How you doing, buddy? All right, good. Okay, we can take him over.
Well, here we go. He's going to get his new smile. This is the ta-da moment. Bang, he has his teeth, he has his smile.
This day's finally come.
I've been waiting for a very long time.
I know you have.
7 years tomorrow.
I know. Oh my gosh.
You're having way too much fun at the dentist. Here we go. Give me a big smile.
Wow. They're really good.
You like them?
Uh-huh.
All right.
I love them. It's like the best feeling I've had in a very long time. Now, like, right here in...
A little hard to believe?
Yeah.
It's all right. It's been a long road. It's the soul of this person that's shining through in his smile, and that's making you smile. This young man had something special, and so this just makes him complete.
Yeah, get used to my new grill, yeah.
Good morning. How'd you sleep, babies? I was 3 weeks into college. I was studying for a biology exam. I dropped my book and I went to go pick it up and I couldn't stand up. Just like that. Are we gonna go swimming today? They did a x-ray that night and they found a tumor. It was benign, but it was about the size of a hockey puck. And they said it ate away my vertebrae and then it put pressure on my spinal cord. During rehab, I started to get some movement back. I thought maybe I would walk again. You know, when you're a newbie, that's all you think about.
I was trapped in a hydraulic lift, and that machine malfunctioned and I was crushed. Boom! The first backbone burst, and I actually heard it, you know.
As the vertebra ruptured because of the force, it sent bone fragments back into the spinal canal, severing the spinal cord.
The mind game of being in a wheelchair is a big thing. We're not talking about any of the physical sort of limitations, but just knowing that you can't move can be debilitating.
On my right side, I can move a little bit, and I can lift my foot and my toes. And so this is reality.
Wholeheartedly, I care about your goals. Let's get you independent. Let's get you stronger. We're on a mission.
They said, well, what do you want to do? And I said, well, I want to ski again. I want to ride my bike. I want to do the things I always did. And they're like, well, you'll be able to. And I'm like, how? No, I won't. How am I going to do that? You want to race? I don't want to be an observer in my kid's life. I want to be with them and doing these activities with them.
And here's how I stand up.
He said, I have a life to lead. I'm going to get better. This isn't going to hold me back.
The injury didn't change Kaleem. He's the same person. He's still a positive, you know, adventurous person who has a great attitude.
I've been preparing for this day for a year. Coming to this mountain has been a really important journey for me.
As recreation therapists, we help our patients transition from the clinical setting to the community setting, like the adaptive ski program at Bear Mountain.
We push people to places where they didn't know that they could go when the odds were against them.
As soon as I started skiing, my legs finally started jumping, and they hadn't done anything since I've been out of rehab. I'm starting to get glimmers of movement. I think being athletic is all part of it. You got to be athletic to keep your body healing.
A wheelchair can't get to so many places, so it's very liberating to be skiing with everybody.
I'm always fighting gravity, but when I get to go down the hill, it's like gravity works for me, you know?
Kaleem, even though he didn't have neurological recovery, he had recovery of life.
The fast-moving earth beneath me, it was just a way to reconnect to that love of speed.
Now they think, well, I can do this. What else can I do?
I grew up as a family, we always skied, so that was really important that I wanted to still be able to do that with my family. So I'm super happy that we're gonna have that. And there he is.
They told me I would never walk again, but they didn't say I wouldn't ski.
That's my little guy.
I feel like I'm the Walking Dead. Yeah. I'm like a zombie, only they walk a lot faster than I do. Being active is like breathing air for me. I feel like I'm 80, and after I have my hip, then I can progressively move back into Adele. Because I don't know who this person is.
She's always going, always wanting to go, and always go, 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 go. And then now seeing her never leave the house. And when she does, it's just really, really hard for her.
I came up here on my bike. I went over the handlebars. I thought my life was over. Then I heard about hip replacement, and I thought, oh my God, I could actually have my life back. I'm gonna be able to live again.
Yeah.
I miss that a lot. I miss living.
Adele has arthritis of the hip. She's lost all the cartilage. I can feel it clunking.
Yeah, like clunk, clunk, clunk. It clunks, and that I feel that.
Ooh, it gives me the heebie-jeebies. When she had that trauma and she just fractured that femoral head. It's no longer a round ball and a round socket. Now you have a square peg trying to articulate in a round hole. We're going to cut the ball off that you saw in that x-ray. And then down there we put a spike basically. And we prepare the bone so it'll fit exactly. And then that's your new hip. So instead of going crunch, 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 it should be nice and quiet and everybody won't hear you coming. What you're going to realize is the pain that you've had is going to be gone.
Adele will come to Total Joint Clinic today. She will be able to meet her physical therapist, orthopedic specialist, dietitian, and pharmacist.
I'm feeling for when it starts getting tight.
We're hoping that we can empower her with the knowledge, teaching her how to manage her pain and what to anticipate with therapy.
Pushing a vacuum cleaner. Darn, I can't push a vacuum cleaner. How much you limp with your walking? All the time. I'm a limper. What's interesting about pain, it kind of takes over your mind as well as your body. This is when I lift it, it pushes the bone back to bone on bone, and it rubs. There you go. My kids all called me last night, and that's when I started crying. And then it becomes real, and you get a little scared.
How are you feeling this morning?
Oh, I'm hopeful.
Every day it's been hurting more and more and you do less and less. But now after you get the surgery, every day I'll start feeling better. Each day, something to look forward to.
This is a table specially designed for hip replacements. The table is basically like a surgical instrument. By tomorrow, she'll be feeling almost like a new person. That's the beauty of a total hip. You're making people's lives better. Leg up. Rotation. So we're entering the hip joint now. Her hip is really inflamed, which is why she was in so much pain. So I'm watching this as I go on the screen so we get it right where we want it. Feels solid, sounded solid, looks solid. X-ray in. I have an X-ray of her hip that we're doing and an X-ray of her normal hip. And I'm overlapping them and getting them in a position where I can tell if I need to make it longer or shorter. That looks great. It's exactly the size we want. We're done. Surgery went great.
I'm so excited.
We'll get her up today and then we'll move around.
I'm so excited. I got to call her kids. I got to call my girls. I'm so excited. Sounds so neat.
Nicely done. Oh, good. I want you to put a little bit of weight shift on that left leg. And your weight bearing, you can walk. You just took a step. You are up and walking the day of the total hip surgery. Very nicely done.
Titanium, ceramic, it's all good. I'm half of a bionic woman. The door of life is open to me. The fact that I walk now and I'm not in pain is beyond words. It's beyond words. It really is. I can dance. I can dance through the day. I can dance through the night. I'll walk down this boardwalk.
All right, good job.
I get up every day.
Just take your mask off.
I'm sick, but I don't feel sick. How is a person with lung cancer supposed to feel?
He couldn't even tell me. It's like, well, what's wrong? What happened?
I went home. I told my wife.
It is a death sentence. It is a very poor prognosis disease when you have stage 4 lung cancer.
I couldn't say it because we know that the chances of surviving are very little.
Because, well, he told me that I have that. What?
The doctor just told me that I have cancer. And she goes, what? No way.
Everywhere we go, if we go to church, if we go to the store, he holds my hand. We're bearing love. You can feel that.
Part of the evaluation for lung cancer, we often do MRIs of the brain. He had a tumor about the size of a grape This is as serious as it gets.
If the tumor would be allowed to grow without treatment, it would eventually kill him.
When he explained to me about the radiation for my head, it was scary because all the side effects. So you start losing memories. I don't wanna lose what I have.
This machine doesn't miss, and he got a killing dose of radiation to the tumor itself. We nailed it. He is disease-free in his brain.
Typically, for lung cancer, stage 4 lung cancer, the usual treatment is radiation for the brain if needed, and then essentially just chemotherapy.
How you doing?
In Edgar's case, however, things are different. He's young, he's healthy, he's not a smoker. We've offered him a more radical and somewhat out-of-the-box treatment option for lung cancer. Right now, I'm planning in the neighborhood of 28 to 30 treatments, and they decided to go for it.
I'm fighting to be a cancer-free man. That's my goal.
Before we start his actual radiation treatments, we do a special CT scan to customize the radiation beams for his body, for his anatomy, and for his tumor. Radiation beams can be extremely precise. That's a great thing to have for stationary targets. But a lung tumor moves with breathing. The CT scanner, in conjunction with that camera, will allow us to track the tumor during the radiation so we don't miss it when it moves with breathing. Over the next few days, my medical physics team and I, using a complex computer program, will design the radiation beams from hundreds of different directions to come up with a radiation dose plan that will deliver the prescribed amount of radiation to his tumor while minimizing excessive radiation to the critical organs, including the esophagus, the heart, both lungs. And the end process is this true beam radiation plan that we would not have been able to create just a few years ago.
He's turning 50, the big 50. Labor of love. With all my love. I always bake my cakes with all my love, especially for my close loved ones.
We both thought about growing old. Now, who knows?
You're not going to feel anything. You're just going to hear the sounds that the machine makes. It's going to rotate around you, but won't touch you at any time.
When we first got married, we said to each other that we will always be there for each other and that we were gonna grow older. And that's what I've been telling him. Remember your promise? You're gonna be here with me for many, many, many years.
I go home in peace, you know. Something is working.
Edgar is nice in the fact that he knows he's not out of the woods, but he's coming up with winning scores essentially every day.
Yeah, maybe I'm gonna beat this cancer. And I say, you know, maybe I get to be the lucky one, I say, you know. Sometimes I joke with my kids, hey, I'm gonna be here asking for homeworks. And they just laugh. Here I am, 50 years old.
Family it's everything for us. In good and in bad, we're always there. Like he says, we'll be counting. 51.
And then 52, 53, and keep counting. I want to be an old man. I want to be able to see my grandkids. I want to have a life with them. You know, I want to hang out with my wife, holding hands. I love her.
There's milestones in everybody's life, whether it's the next birthday or a family wedding or a graduation. That's why we're kind of throwing the kitchen sink at Edgar.
We're treating every piece of cancer that we saw in his initial scans, and we're hoping to get one step ahead of this cancer and control it long term, and who knows, maybe forever.
My son Brian is graduating from high school today. We're here, son. Well, kind of worse. Yeah, I kind of choked up. Oh, son, you did it, man.
I know. Feels great. Accomplishment. And all I need to do is accomplish college and then university, and I'm good.
Yeah, I hope to be there, son.
Of course. I'll be there, Dad.
So far, Edgar's doing a lot better than statistics say. So I got my money on Edgar. So far, he's winning.
Are you good? Yeah. Warm enough? Yeah. Today, Edgar is here to have a follow-up PET scan so that his doctor can see how he's responding to his treatment.
It's hard. Hard not to think the worst. Oh gosh, what if? Oh, I better not think like this. I better not think like this. I better think positive. So today, I gotta find out. Tell me yes or no. Let's go.
What we were trying to achieve was a complete remission, and it's good news.
Oh my goodness, good.
Very good news.
So at this point, Edgar is cancer-free?
Today, I can actually say it. I'm cancer-free guy. You know, I can put my name on that list. This is the happiness that you want to share with everybody. My lungs are clear. Can't even explain how I feel.
I know. With those eyes, you tell me a lot. I love you.
I love you too. Thank you, honey.
We're there when other people aren't ever there. They trust us. We see them through stages that are hard for them, but we know they can do it. Imagine coming into work knowing that someone's waiting for you to change their life.
They look good. They look like you. You are going to do some damage.
I'm walking. I love you.
We become part of someone's story. Every day, what we do becomes someone's history, becomes someone's future, becomes someone's happy ending. Every day.
It's a special day for us. 19 years of marriage and counting.
The Sharp experience begins when you choose a doctor at 1-800-82-SHARP or sharp.com.